That's your local weather on the 8s. We're making Thursday amazing with you right now on AMHQ, and we'll start with this. Evacuation at dawn, and hundreds of people are hearing those words. Right now, the police and fire department in Wichita Falls, Texas are going door to door to make sure that these people are evacuating this morning. Major flood stage. Entire neighborhoods have to leave their homes. There's 2 rounds of evacuation. Second round is officially supposed to begin pretty soon, so we'll be there. Hey, cool Chicago, more than cool. We're talking about your temperatures. How about 3 degrees below normal today? A little warm up on the way. It could come at a price. We'll talk to you about your weekend forecast, your holiday weekend forecast from Chicagoland all the way through the country. Oil spill. Deep breath, ladies and gentlemen. The stretch now 9 miles, more than 4. That's what it was yesterday, being called a disaster. This gooey slick shutting down Santa Barbara beaches, first estimated at about 21,000 gallons. Now estimated, we'll see if this changes, at more than 100,000 gallons of oil on our precious coastline. Inexcusable. But first, Jim Cantore, let's talk a little bit about that drought monitor.
Yes, we talked about how we thought it was going to change this week. We're almost getting too much of a good thing now. For the first time, especially in the state of Texas, we have now seen no extreme drought. This is since November 2010. We are out of extreme drought, not only in Texas, but also in Oklahoma, as well as in Nebraska. So great news there. The problem is we are really going from drought to deluge. Sam's top story, talking about Wichita Falls, a town we were doing stories on just last year at this time, about how they're having to take their own water that was going down the drain in the toilet and recycle it just to get drinking water. It was an awful situation, and now they're evacuating because of too much of a good thing. We will talk about how much more rain we're expecting in places like Wichita Falls. Unfortunately, it's not just them. It's a large area with very heavy rain in the forecast.
All right, Jim just lined it out for you, so let's just go there live right now because we can. Days of hard rain overwhelming these areas. Rivers, streams, roads, all carrying water. Communities as well. That water's coming up so quickly that last night they had to make announcements to people about mandatory evacuations. They've actually moved them up, and right now is the door-to-door move going through to make sure that these people in these evacuation areas are moving. For hundreds of families in the infected areas, it's similar to watching 2007. And as we go through this story, you're going to hear that number, that year, a lot, because that's when Wichita Falls faced some widespread flooding, some of the highest they've ever seen. So city officials are using those flood levels to make sure that people can get out of those areas. So that means making these critical preparations and gathering all your medications together, arranging the care for your pets, because if you're evacuating to an area, some areas will not accept pets. So it's a lot of thought goes into this. Take your furniture, raise your possessions above the 2007 flood level, and you'll get help from that from the OEM's Facebook page there. Unplugging all your appliances before you leave the house, and having copies of your important documents and your prescriptions as you leave, because you just don't know what's going to be there waiting for you when you come back. Joining us now is Barry Levy. Hey, Barry, spokesman for the city of Wichita. Let's talk about the situation this morning. Update us right now.
Right now, we still have 2 divisions of firefighters going door to door in the 2 areas we expect to be affected inside the city. The Sheriff's Department has already made contact with residents outside of the city who are going to be affected, and they have gone door to door advising residents to evacuate. The mandatory evacuation will begin at 8 a.m. this morning.
Okay.
Residents have been advised of this throughout the evening, yesterday and last night, and again this morning.
All right, Barry, I know, the 2007 number is something you guys use to get people ready. It's something that the media will use to make comparisons. But are you looking for something near that with the information that you know? Or let's make a comparison here.
Right now, it looks as though we are going to hit the 2007 levels. Our engineers have been looking at the water flows and levels, and that's what they're looking at. It could surpass it if we get additional rain.
All right, we'll continue to watch that, Barry. And I know Jim's watching those river levels right now. We're looking at the drought monitors. We know more rain is moving into that area. So, Barry, the best thing we can do is make sure everyone's up aware on that forecast and wish everybody good luck in what they're about to go through in the Wichita Falls area. Barry, just keep us up to date on what's happening. If anything breaks, let us know. Jim, more than 10 inches of rain has fallen in that Red River area just in the past 7 days. In some places, it's a foot of rain that they've been dealing with. You said it best. Last year, you couldn't scare up rain rain, and this year we're having to evacuate.
Remember all the pictures, the cracked
Oh
ground?
yeah, I do.
Deep cracks.
Deep, like the deepest I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a dire situation, no question about it. And we absolutely want to see you break out of drought, but not to the point where now we're just getting to the point where we're getting too much of a good thing. A little bit, interestingly enough, Sam, the Wichita River at Wichita Falls, the gauge is going down a little bit right now. And I'm wondering if they're releasing water from somewhere else to have that happen. But I think that's temporary. The forecast is for it to go into major flood stage, so please just know that. All right, 1297 is what we had in all of 2011. In all of 2011, we're almost at that so far this month. An amazing amount of rain for Wichita Falls, and we picked up on the Weather Channel here just a couple of weeks ago, as a matter of fact. Fort Worth, Dallas, starting to see the edge, the back edge of the rain. Certainly, look at all the lightning though, over toward Mount Pleasant and Taylor. Actually, you know what, Brandon? Pull that off toward the east a little bit. Shreveport. This is kind of interesting. Right along this I-20 corridor here, you're actually pretty good into Shreveport right now. Look at the rain though that's developing to the north. Huge area of rain. This will, we think, sink to the south. So guess what? It's all coming back into Shreveport and that I-20 corridor. If you're not either on that road now, you may want to postpone that trip and let that rain move its way, because it's going to be a long drive for a few hours. The little storm that blew up around Lufkin and just sat there in Angelina County is just still raining itself out there, but some very, very heavy rain, at least 2 to 4 inches of rain. And we're seeing more flash flooding to the north and west of Houston along the tail end of this, and a lone storm dropping its way from Laredo southward promises some wet weather for the Red River. So models doing a pretty good job with the northern part of this, the southern part of this, not so much around the Houston area. But let's see what they do as we go on in time. Houston, you're going to potentially get some of this. We think a little bit later on, everything sagging back down toward the southeast, St. Charles, or Lake Charles, I should say. Houston over toward New Orleans as well. Thunderstorms in the forecast. Could be some very heavy rain in New Orleans and Baton Rouge today. So get ready to that. You heard it here first. And look at where the dry line is today. Holy smoke, all the way back into far western New Mexico. This time of the year, oftentimes, especially with the trough a little bit farther to the east, we see it push out into Amarillo and San Angelo. Well, a man who's never on the dry side of things, Mike Seidel, is on top of Kennesaw Mountain this morning. Mike, it's got to be awesome when you kind of turn around, you get to look south. There's the city of Atlanta. Isn't that a cool shot?
It is, and on a morning like this with temperatures in the mid-60s, a couple of days of really nice weather in the southeast, but then it gets hot and sticky. More on the holiday weather is coming up.
Hi.
Hi, we're here to look at a Camry.
We just came from a birthday party.
Oh, let me get you a new one. Camrys are so reliable.
Yeah.
And you gotta love that bold new styling. Here you go.
Whoa.
Wow.
Those balloon towers don't make themselves.
During Toyota time, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a bold 2015 Camry. Offer ends June 1st. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Jane.
Now you both have Camrys.
Yeah.
Toyota, let's go places.
Okay, folks, she's a little shy, so give her a hand when she comes out.
Welcome to Jurassic World.
It's like taking a stroll through the woods 65 million years ago. Oh! Stand down, girl. Good.
We have a new attraction.
She was designed to be bigger than the T-Rex. Probably not a good idea.
Something's wrong. They're communicating.
We're talking about an animal here.
A highly intelligent animal.
Everyone remain calm. We're safe in here, right?
Rated PG-13.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma.
Real accurate.
This one's going to have some precipitation with it.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under fair skies. Today, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 87. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, a stray thunderstorm or two this evening, otherwise partly cloudy. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Fact. When pharmacists are in pain, the medicine in Advil is their #1 choice for pain relief. More than the medicines in Tylenol or Aleve. Use the medicine that pharmacists use most for themselves. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
Put your hand over your heart. Is it beating? Good. Then my Nutrition Heart Health Mix is for you. It's a wholesome blend of peanuts, pecans, and other delicious nuts, specially mixed for people with hearts. I said people with hearts, because heart health is important. That's why I've researched, optimized, and packaged this mix just for you. Not you. So if you have a heart, start optimizing your nutrition with my Nutrition. Planters, nutrition starts with nut.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
10 minutes after the hour. Glad you're with us this morning. Let's take a live look at you, LA. We'll wake you up this morning with a little sky shot outside of LAX. Have a cloud deck, but you've got a little openness right there at the bottom of it, so we're not bad. We're starting you off this morning just that way. We're going to get a little more sunshine as the day goes on. Our highs will be in the 60s. It's a little bit below average for this time of year. And heading into the weekend, we'll make sure we give you that forecast. Hey, Steph, let's get in the weekend forecast in the West.
Okay, let's do it. We're going to start you off in LA, and now you know you can only throw a frisbee on the beach in Los Angeles County with the permission of a lifeguard. So you might want to ask the lifeguard when you head to the beach this weekend if you can throw that frisbee. Now, maybe you want to do a little honoring of those who have lost their lives. That's what Memorial Day is all about. With the LA National Cemetery on Monday at 10 a.m., they're having ceremonies there, and they actually have 2 canines buried there. Very unusual. One of them named Blackout, a war dog wounded in the Pacific during World War II. Of course, Los Angeles is going to be filled with sunshine. Now we're going to move northbound here and take you on into San Francisco. Things are going to be dry and quiet for all the ceremonies being held here. And then they have an interesting one in Seattle, Arlington Northwest Memorial Display. It's an interactive replica of Arlington National Cemetery with markers showing deaths of Afghanistan and Iraq wars. That's Saturday through Monday at Cummings Park. And Sam, it's going to be nice for that, at least for the second half of the weekend.
All right, Stephanie, that's not a bad looking weekend at all. All right, but let's get to this story, Steph. More than 6,000 gallons of oil have been cleaned up so far from a spill that's off the California coastline. First reported as about 21,000 gallons of oil. Now reported as more than 100,000 gallons of oil. First reported as a 4-mile spill. Now known as 7 or 9 miles. Joining us now from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife is Yvonne Adasi. She's the Deputy Administrator for the Office of Oil Spill Prevention and Response. So if we want to get information on this oil spill and what's going on in California, let's just go right to the woman who knows. Hey, Yvonne, good morning. And first,
good morning.
How are you? And first, let's talk a little bit about these images that we're seeing. To me, are greatly disturbing. How do we feel like the cleanup's started now?
So the cleanup is going very well. What we are in right now is in day 3, is we've been surging people from our own agency as well as bringing in people from other agencies and cleanup workers. So the first 12 to 36 hours is mobilizing people, making sure that we have all the resources that we need to get things going. So that was a big push for Tuesday afternoon and all day Wednesday.
All right, let's just talk about what it takes to clean up oil like this. This is a very thick, viscous oil in cold water that is now on the shoreline, clinging to wildlife, rocks, the sand, plant life. What is it going to take to clean this off? I mean, will we ever get an all clear in this area?
it's a very good question. We have, we typically break up our response into what we call a number of different divisions. We have divisions that work on water skimming, picking up oil there. There are skimmers and booms and ways of doing that with heavier oil in colder water. We have divisions that deal with oiled wildlife, so search and collection. We have the Oiled Wildlife Care Network, which is one of the best in the country, if not the world, at this. And so we have folks activated to not only do search and collection, but also to do reconnaissance to make sure where we're seeing animals, so we know where they might be in the future. And then finally, we have an entire group that does nothing more than what we call assessing the shoreline cleanup assessment teams. And so they go out, they identify the different types of shorelines, how much oil is there, what the nature is of that oil, and then the best way to clean up that oil without damaging the environment anymore. So all those things happen all at the same time.
Yvonne, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We've got to go. I promise you the Weather Channel will stay on this story.
With its black tie style and green-minded smarts, it's easy to see why many consider Jeep Grand Cherokee to be the gold standard. One drive and you'll discover why the Jeep brand continues to be the best-selling SUV brand. Join us now during the Jeep Drive and Discover event. Get 0% financing on the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
The ultimate do-over for wood and concrete. Don't replace, resurface. Behr Premium Deck Over, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Need new tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you get 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get no interest and paid in full within 12 months on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
I am never getting married.
We're never having kids.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
It can be hotter than Death Valley in your attic. But that's still not hot enough to sweat out bugs. Take these boxes. They're not only perfect for storing old yearbooks and pictures,
You find something?
they're also a perfect food source and nesting material for roaches. That's why I identify their favorite snacks, like old books, clothing, wood. Then I seal entryways and use the latest scientific methods. Orkin, pest control down to a science.
Red Nose Day is coming.
Everybody looks good in red.
The biggest stars are coming together,
Can you tell I got a nose job?
and they're helping raise money for children in the U.S. and worldwide.
The red nose is the symbol of the movement.
Join us and get your nose on.
Red Nose Day, live tonight at 8, 7 Central.
Only on NBC.
The other great thing about it is it's weatherproof.
With Tire Kingdom's conventional oil change, we rotate your tires, check your battery, and visually check your brakes, all for $19.99 plus $3 disposal fee. Plus, now get the lowest installed price on tires guaranteed, including the Michelin Premier AS tire. Even when worn, they still stop shorter on wet roads than leading competitors' brand new tires. Tire Kingdom Service Centers. That's all you need.
If you're not happy with how your allergy medicine treats your congestion, rethink relief with Nasacort Allergy 24-Hour. Unlike antihistamines that target only one cause of your symptoms, Nasacort stops more, relieving the worst nasal allergy symptoms, even congestion, for 24 hours. It's non-addictive and has no harsh taste, and unlike Flonase, it's scent and alcohol-free. And it's available over the counter at full prescription strength. Rethink your relief with Nasacort. It stops more of what makes you miserable.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come. Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, guys, let's take a look at Wichita Falls a year ago versus today. Oof. What a difference. You're looking at a cracked lake bed, or part of Lake Arrowhead, which, by the way, just a month ago, I was looking at this, was at 19.7% full of capacity. A month ago to the day. Right now, we are at 66.6%. full of capacity. So we have had tremendous rain, and for the first time we've been talking about this morning, we have seen the states of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas out of extreme or exceptional drought. Last week we were out of exceptional. This week we're out of extreme. And so that is obviously very, very good news, but it is coming at a price. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to see more of a good thing that may be bad. Joining me now live, and I'm psyched to talk to this guy because it's like every week, I can't wait to see this new drought monitor. Brian Fuchs, who's with he's a climatologist at the National Drought Mitigation Center. Brian, let's talk about what's happened in the plains. Phenomenal amount of rain. We've seen huge areas of exceptional drought pretty much go now even below extreme. For the first time since how long?
Yeah, for Oklahoma, it's the first time since March of 2011, and Texas since November 2010 that we're finally able to see a big dent put in this long-term drought situation.
You know, I mean, when you see some of the flooding that's gone on, especially on television, you think, how could they even have any drought at all?
Yeah, and that's a question that comes to me quite often is how are we even seeing any drought on the map? And when we look at these indicators, we're looking at both short and long term, and everything out to the last 24 months is showing wet or very wet. It's when we start getting to that 36-month time frame, we still see some of those dry signals from this long-term drought, and those are the ones we're looking at recovering. All that drought is still designated as long-term, and so we're hoping that, hey, we don't want to see this flooding, but we're still not out of the woods completely.
You know, it's interesting. I got a tweet, which I'm going to kind of bridge into this next question for you, from the Northeast, because we've seen a big change. We had about a 22% change now into moderate drought, believe it or not, in parts of the Northeast. But yet everyone thinks of all the snow they had in Boston and say, well, we just melted all that. How can we go to moderate drought? That's impossible. But it's not, is it?
No, it's not. And, you know, the winter precipitation, especially as you go east of the Rockies, does not play a huge part in the annual totals. And so even all that snow that did melt along the eastern seaboard, it's been dry since then. And there's a lot of areas that if we haven't seen impacts developed right now, they are developing. And we're seeing the impacts already to some of the waterways and streams and rivers. And you would think with all that snow that did melt, they would be above normal. But most of them are running quite a ways below normal.
Yeah, I mean, it really was Boston and East Central Mass, maybe parts of Rhode Island and southern New Hampshire, a pretty small area that got the exceptional snowfall. Brian, anything you see trending right now in terms of who we need to watch out for getting drier going forward?
Well, I think those areas in the upper Midwest, from Minnesota to Wisconsin into the upper peninsula of Michigan, we're going to have to pay attention to. They have not been in this active pattern, and we're already seeing some of that dryness developing up there. And, of course, the West Coast, it is their dry time of year. We're probably not going to see any chance of improvements out there and maybe even intensification as we get into the summer.
And maybe the Southern Appalachians a little bit?
Yeah, there's some spotty dryness that we've been keeping our eye on, but the pattern seems to be indicative of seeing good moisture through that region. So we'll just see what happens here in the short term, next couple weeks.
All right, I know my hose has been on lately here in parts of the Southeast. Brian, a pleasure to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much. Come back anytime. We will absolutely keep an eye on things for our farmers and everybody else out there, because, a weekend like this, for example, a lot of people going out camping. You don't have any idea, especially in the Northeast, just how dry it is. There may not be in some spots places where you can have a fire at your campground. So that's something that we want to keep an eye on. Guys, a quick look here before we go to break of the new severe area that's come out now across parts of eastern South Dakota. Brian was talking about this area. Not as beneficial to the rains in the southern plains are the northern plains at this point. More rain to come, though, for the southern plains. That will be the big story going forward into our holiday weekend. We'll be right back.
This program brought to you by Flonase Allergy Relief. You are greater than your allergies. Submit your photos to #AllergyStorm.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. Flonase is the 24-hour relief that outperforms a leading allergy pill. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So go ahead, inhale life, excite your senses, seize the day and the night. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Let's do this. Let's move outdoors for the next few months. Let's build a kitchen under the clouds. A dining room with no walls, no ceiling. Let's put it all together. Then, let's get together. A lot. Let's do this. Earth Grow Mulch or Miracle Grow Garden Soil, your choice, just 4 for $10. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Remember the hassle of vacuuming? Before, the Dyson V6 Motorhead Cleaner gave you powerful suction and standout performance without the hassle of a cord.
Think fixing your windshield's a big hassle? Not with Safelite. Just go to safelite.com. Tell us where and when you need us, and we'll come fix it right away. With Safelite, it's that easy. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
Who's that? So weird, right? My agent Tom said
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
Introducing the first ever gummy multivitamin from Centrum. A complete and tasty new way to support your energy, immunity, and metabolism like never before. Centrum Multi-Gummies. See gummies in a whole new light.
Success starts with the right connections. Introducing Miracle Grow Liquid Feed Universal Feeder. Turn any hose connection into a clever feeding system for a well-fed garden. Miracle Grow. Life starts here.
Put your hand over your heart. Is it beating? Good. Then my Nutrition Heart Health Mix is for you. It's a wholesome blend of peanuts, pecans, and other delicious nuts, specially mixed for people with hearts. I said people with hearts. Because heart health is important. That's why I've researched, optimized, and packaged this mix just for you. Not you. So if you have a heart, start optimizing your nutrition with my Nutrition. Planters. Nutrition starts with nuts.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time. Let's get this thing right. This is my one shot.
I have made fire!
Fat Guys in the Woods. The new season starts June 7th, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89, chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Good morning and happy Thursday. You're just about 30 minutes before the top of the hour. If you got the coffee in your hand and the keys on the other, wait and just watch your screen. Take a look at this guy. He's out paddleboarding when he gets an incredible surprise. An orca whale decides to join him. Luke Riley was out enjoying the sunshine in New Zealand when his GoPro captured the orca visiting him on the water. He was a bit startled, but as you can see, he kept his cool as the orca continued on its way. He was kind of freaked out. It reminds me of Free Willy. You know, when the guy says, "You must have been a lucky boy for him not to eat you up."
Well, orca whales don't normally eat people, but they're the largest member of the dolphin family. It is, I got to tell you, it's so amazing to see them in the wild. They're incredible, incredible, incredible. Welcome back to MHQ. I could watch that all day.
All that whale had to do is just kind of bump that board.
Yeah.
I mean, just nod that board and see ya. The guy would have flown off that board.
Yeah, but did you see the look on his face? Just that big smile.
Yeah.
Was that a smile of happiness or?
Okay, you
I'm
guys,
glad to be alive.
I think
why
it's a
did we
smile of
just
happiness.
skim over the fact that Anna Riddick just quoted Free Will? Who else can is that really? We just skimmed
It
over
was
it?
one of my favorite movies. Wasn't the little boy's name Jesse too? And I love that name.
Abrams, you're telling, hey,
House,
wait a
some of
minute.
the classics,
Abrams, you're
the
telling us we
greats,
can't even
Free
fly a
Willy.
frisbee on some beach that we don't even know where it exists.
And you're bringing back the reversible shirt, apparently. What are, like, hypercolor shirts and underoos next? Like, what is that? Is that reversible, literally? I'm
You
curious.
know what? I don't know what she had for breakfast, but
Nothing.
I want
literally.
some of
Abrams, seriously, what's going on?
Can you take that inside out and wear it the other way? I'm seriously want to know.
Steph.
I'm curious.
Steph,
Look at that.
I know. Look,
That
look,
is
look.
called
The cuffs
cheating,
roll
ladies
up.
and gentlemen.
But no, I can't take it.
Okay,
Hey,
So that's her way of saying she likes my shirt.
That's
Just for those of you at home that don't know Stephanie, that's her way
ahead.
of saying she likes my shirt.
Look, we made Stephanie work, what, 10 hours now, Steph? So I totally
sorry,
understand it. Stephanie's been working, all the way through the night into the morning now.
It's all right, it's fine.
Let's take a live look at the cities we're watching this morning. Steph, join us for a look at Denver. We'll say hi to you, Denver. We've sealed off any light that was in the sky a little bit. We're cloudy right now and 43 degrees.
They have a big weekend coming up. It's Memorial Day weekend there, and they have a number of activities in downtown Denver, including a free rock concert. So you have a lot to look forward to this
If
weekend.
I was a storm chaser, I'd probably go to Eastern Colorado on Saturday. Just want to throw that out there.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So, but that's also a heads up if you're in Eastern Colorado because there will be storms in the area. Hey, take a look at Seattle right now. Just that crack of sunshine through that layer right now. Have some clouds, but we're getting a little breakthrough. That's a good thing. May seal off a little bit later today. Probably will by about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll go cloudy. Friday and Saturday are showery days for us as we head into the weekend in Seattle. 67 degrees, 64 degrees. That's a little shift in our pattern. We're getting back to the showery days for a few. Hey, if you're looking for a good place for breakfast, Steph, we do breakfast spots, places that we love. Check out, wait, you guys moved right by it, so I want to make sure I'm right. Sweet Iron.
Yep.
Sweet Iron.
Okay.
On 3rd Avenue.
Why is that
Third
not to
Avenue.
scream breakfast to me?
I don't know why they call it the Sweet Iron on 3rd Avenue.
Because the iron griddle is going to give you a sweet breakfast.
All right, but they make waffles, and any kind you have. They have Nutella waffles. They have brulee banana waffles.
What do you think, Abrams?
Come on.
Well, you guys know I'm a complete freak about what I eat. I'm like non-GMO, organic, gluten-free, and so...
Thanks for playing, Steph. Hey, Steph, thanks for playing this morning.
I would just go to visit you guys. I would drink some water while you just, go face first into those waffles. Let's go face first into your weekend forecast and show you what we're going to be dealing with for our Memorial Day. And we are going to see those showers and storms right through the center of the country. And by the way, December 2000, the U.S. Congress passed, and the president as well, a law, and it's called the National Moment of Remembrance Act. And they want everyone at 3 p.m. to take a moment of silence and pause for Memorial Day. So 3 p.m. on Monday, that's what you need to do, is just take a moment to remember everybody. So as we head into our Sunday forecast, we are going to be seeing nice weather still along the East Coast. It's going to be getting hot as well, especially into the nation's capital. Temperatures are going to be on the rise. We're talking 90-degree heat. Here's a look in our Monday forecast. Charlotte, you get in on some of that heat as well. And I know all these storms look like a complete washout, and you might have to do your picnic inside. I mean, why not? Like, take the whole, if you have to, take the whole, like, blanket, put it out, maybe bring in the plastic chairs. You do the George Foreman instead of doing the charcoal. And here's New York. It's going to be gorgeous. So temperatures are going to be on the rise as we head over the next couple of days. And Sam, I eat like such a freak like that because literally that's the only way our bodies work. They don't work off all the chemicals that are, in food these days.
Yeah, Steph, I salute you. And I attempt those things, but I'm sorry, but sometimes chemical or two sneaks in. Let's talk about the Memorial Day weekend. And we've been on top of Kennesaw Mountain all morning long, but because we've got the Toyota mobile fleet, Mike Seidel just jumped in it and four-wheeled his way down. So, Mike, let's talk about what people are into for their weekend in the Deep South.
Yes, we're down here at the base at the Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park, 800 feet below the summit with the Toyota mobile weather fleet. Beautiful day here in the park. Temperatures now mid-60s, a nice breeze. That front came on through. Next couple days are going to be comfortable, but then we get back to the heat and then humidity as we get through late spring and summertime. And that's always a concern when you're dealing with vehicles that are enclosed with the windows up. And as we know in the past, that has caused death. One of the toughest things we report on at the Weather Channel are hot car deaths. We turned off the air conditioner in the SUV about 5 minutes ago. Now, it's not a blazing hot day here in Atlanta, mid-80s, but full sun and a high sun angle. Let's get in here and see what the temperature is. In just over 5 minutes, right around 130 degrees. So please, don't forget your kids and your pets in the car this summer, because in just a matter of minutes, due to the greenhouse effect, these vehicles become like ovens. Yeah, we cannot overemphasize that. Even on days where it's only in the 70s, this sun angle is very, very potent. As far as a weekend where we're not going to have a whole lot of sun, we get out to the middle of the country, Dallas, Texas, more showers and thunderstorms. Look at those temperatures on Sunday, Sam. Only in the mid-70s. We'll watch out for the risk of additional flooding. And speaking of breakfast, Sam, there's a spot right down here, Stylesboro Biscuits, and I had the pleasure of having breakfast there many moons ago with Jim Cantori on our way to buy a bunch of Japanese maples. Jim, remember that?
I do remember that, Mikey. I do remember that. And I remember it even more with a red nose right now. It's
Mike Seidel. Hey, and
awesome,
Mike knows good food. He brings
Mike
the best donuts in. I can't talk with this thing on. Okay, it's Red Nose. You're wondering what are we doing?
Give it a try.
It's Red Nose Day. It's the day some of the biggest, Hollywood's biggest stars line up to raise money for children living in poverty. About 22% of kids in America fall into that category. Now, that's too much. Right now, Nick Cannon, our buddy Nick Cannon, is dancing for 24 hours straight, and it's going well. I heard it's a little Missy Elliott in Dancing Around. Nick!
Hey.
Nick!
Yes!
What's going on?
Hey, a lot is going on. We're in hour 14 of our 24-hour dance-a-thon. We're getting it going. I have not stopped moving. I can't feel my legs.
Nick, you guys have been going for 22 hours. Can you pick out one of the most memorable hours for us? What was one of the most fun moments so far?
Oh, man, probably when Al Roker came in at 5 a.m. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw Al came in. You actually made him do a little bit of a shuffle. You guys did a shuffle and a turn.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
We did that. Al Roker did the wobble.
The wobble. All right, Nick, how much longer are you going, my friend?
8 p.m. tonight, we are working it out, and all people have to do is text the word dance to 800-77. And it's going down.
It's going, all right. And we're raising money the entire time. So do not forget, by the way, text dance to 80077. Go, Steph. Nick, those are fantastic shoes. My friend, if you've been doing that for 22 hours, you are in excellent shape. Nobody can move like Nick Cannon.
Thank you very much.
Go, Steph. Go, Steph.
All right, folks, again, over 3-hour live event, Red Nose Day Day, airing at 8 to 11 p.m. on NBC. You guys, again, the text is the way. Raise money. Don't just watch. Raise money.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Friday, partly cloudy early. Scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
If you don't think #LoveDad when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Our AARP Tech program helps people find better ways to better connect with each other. Find more real possibilities at aarp.org/possibilities.
When you're not confident your company's data is secure, the possibility of a breach can quickly become the only thing you think about. That's where AT&T can help. We monitor our network traffic worldwide, so we see things others can't, mitigating risks across your business, leaving you free to focus on what matters most.
It starts with a subtle wave, then builds into soft fingers, lifting sails and spirits. Nothing makes us feel more alive than a summer breeze, drifting with us on the water, chasing us through the trees, and playing along the whole day. In the Great Lakes Bay region, the summer breeze is blowing. Where it's headed is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3 with a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry. You'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am dealer and test drive the Spyder F3 today.
I've got plans, and this is my baby right now. So it's just not the right time to get pregnant. That's why I chose Skyla. Skyla is the small, flexible IUD that prevents pregnancy for up to 3 years. So for me, there are no daily pills or monthly refills. I got my Skyla placed in just a few minutes at my OBGYN's office. And if I want to try to get pregnant, I can get it removed whenever I want.
If you have a pelvic infection, get infections easily, or have certain cancers, don't use Skyla. Less than 1% of users get a serious infection called PID. If you have persistent pelvic or stomach pain, or if Skyla comes out, tell your doctor. Skyla may attach or go through the uterus and cause other problems. Pregnancy while using Skyla is uncommon, but can be life-threatening and may result in loss of pregnancy or fertility. Ovarian cysts may occur, but usually disappear. Bleeding and spotting may increase in the first 3 to 6 months and remain irregular. Periods over time usually become shorter, lighter, or may stop. Skyla does not protect against HIV or STDs.
Talk to your OBGYN about making the move to Skyla.
Check with your insurance to find out if you can get Skyla at no cost.
The Men's Warehouse Memorial Day sale is going on now. Clearance suits are on sale for $149.99. Clearance dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
The most legendary name in paint is now at Lowe's.
What is his name?
Oh, it's HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams.
Is he more famous than me?
It's the name everyone wants on their wall.
Well, now there's room for all of us.
Sure, but nothing looks better on ceilings either.
Come again?
So if you're looking for the most legendary name in paint... What? I said if you're...
I can't hear you.
Never mind.
HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams is now at Lowe's. Get $10 off through May 27th.
Think the tree we carved our names in is still here?
That's probably dead.
How much fun is this?
What?
What a beautiful sunset.
If you like sunsets.
Whether you're sweet or salty, you'll love Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars.
43 minutes after the hour right now. Take a live look at Laguna Beach in California, currently cloudy at about 59 degrees. But this is a pristine, beautiful California beach. Look at that water. Look at it clean. Look at the wildlife that's flocking to the coastline there and more beyond. You can stand on that beach and watch everything move by. Dolphins, whales, absolutely gorgeous waters of the Pacific. Well, it's completely different if you work up the coastline. 9 miles of California coastline now covered in oil. It's an environmental disaster. As a matter of fact, California Governor Jerry Brown has declared a state of emergency in Santa Barbara today after this ruptured pipeline off the coast. An inactive pipeline holding enough oil, inactive, to do this when it leaked. This is more than 100,000 gallons of oil lined up for, I think, 9 miles on the coastline, covering about, again, anywhere from 4 to 9 miles, depending on the reports and when you got them. And we'll know more. It's unbelievable. California, as we just said, state of emergency. Let's get right to Crystal. Crystal, let's talk about the weather. But first of all, I feel so sorry for everyone headed into a weekend, and this stretch of coastline is now just.
I know. You can't go there. All the campers have been asked to leave, but not to mention the impact on the sea life, the wildlife, the environment there. It's so frustrating. This is such a sensitive and treasured stretch of beach. I grew up down here in Southern California. I went to college up there in Santa Barbara.
UCSB is right there.
Yes, Gauchos. We love our beaches. We used to go take surf classes right there in between lessons. I mean, it's just a beautiful stretch, and to see this happening is disheartening. We've noticed that the oil slick has expanded, 2 separate oil slicks, about 9 miles in length, as you mentioned. That's the location just north of Isla Vista. Isla Vista is the big, popular college town there in Santa Barbara. The oil, if there's any good news in this, Sam, it's less likely to spread in colder waters versus the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
So temperatures are in the upper 50s. That's running below normal for this time of year. I was talking with the National Weather Service guys in Oxnard, and they say the wind is, coming in from the north mostly during the morning, but in the afternoon it's a strong west wind, and it's really starting to slowly push the oil in a southeasterly direction, so it's going down the coast just a little bit. I would estimate it's moving at about 2 miles per day based on what we've seen. It's expanding 2 miles per day. A little drizzle in that area today for cleanup efforts, and then beautiful for the weekend, but you've got to stay away. All those beaches have been shut down.
Yeah. All right, Crystal. I promise you, Crystal, thank you for giving us the update on it, and we will stay on this story. We didn't get the real numbers out at first. I don't know if we have the real numbers yet, but to be in an inactive pipeline, it should make everyone angry how this happened. Let's move on, and of course we're going to continue to cover it on the Weather Channel, I promise you. But no matter whether you get a laptop or a camera or a phone, face it, you got to travel with all your gear if you're headed for the holiday weekend. Dan Ackerman, senior editor with CNET, is here to share some of these cool tech and travel tips to lighten your load, because we all got to bring it with us now. So let's talk about what you got.
That's totally true. No matter how long your trip is, you know what? You're going to bring a laptop or a computer with you. You can't avoid it. I got 2 brand new ones that are probably some of the best travel computers I've ever seen. This just came out of the box yesterday. This is the Lenovo Levi Z. It's a full-size laptop. It weighs 1.9 pounds. That's a full pound lighter than your MacBook Air.
That's great.
And on the other end, if you want a little desktop, look at this little guy. It's called the Intel Compute Stick. It's got a little atom-powered computer in it, plugs right into the HDMI of any TV at like a hotel you go to or anything. You have a full Windows computer on it.
And you have all your data stored on there as well, so it's just like taking your computer into the hotel?
That's exactly what you can do. You can put your documents that you need, the programs that you want to use, your video files, music files on there, and it's like you have your home computer with you.
I love it. Anything else music-wise to travel?
You know, I love this little guy. It's the Amazon Basics Bluetooth speaker. Sound comes out of both sides, so it sounds bigger than it is, and it's $29. So if you lose it, it's not really that big a deal.
All right, and GoPro's got a new hero. Tell me about that.
You know, GoPro has a whole bunch of action cams. The cheaper ones are like $129. They're great. You can spend a little bit more, like $400 for this. A lot of them come with waterproof housings. I say spend $30, get what they call a bobber, which is this thing right here. If you drop it in the water, it'll float.
I agree. And you don't want to watch it sink to the bottom of the ground or the bottom of the water. All right, from CNET, you can get all those gadgets at cnet.com. We'll be right back.
witness when you set the world in motion. The Ram ProMaster van, and introducing the all-new Ram ProMaster City, purpose-built to help you run the town. Ram.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time. Let's get this thing right. This is my one shot.
Sometimes it takes a little kick in the rear end.
We got it, baby.
To get you going.
I have made fire!
Fat Guys in the Woods. The new season starts June 7th, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And I turn around and there's 3 rattlesnakes.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't worry, Rob, you're covered.
State Farm agents are there whenever you need them.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see? Yeah. Cool. What else you got?
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Hey neighbor, this Memorial Day weekend, Ace is the place for Weber Grills. For 4 days only, buy a select Weber grill and get an Ace gift card worth up to $200 and free in-store assembly.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Who are we? We are the thinkers, the job jugglers, the up-all-nighters, and the ones who turn ideas into action. We've made our passions our life's work. We strive for the moments where we can say, I did it. We are entrepreneurs who started it all with a signature. LegalZoom has helped start over 1 million businesses, turning dreamers into business owners. And we're here to help start yours.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-855-305-2053 now.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ. 52 minutes after the hour, we together are having an amazing Thursday. And take a look at this massive storm. This is all near Sonora, Texas. This is last night. And today, the same scene has been rumbling just east of Dallas this morning. Downpours of rain, hundreds of flashes of lightning. And I'll tell you, we have spent a lot of time here at the Weather Channel to kind of make technology, advanced technology of the way you see weather. You will see what we're about to do no place else but right here. Jim's going to go into the lab right now, and we have worked on this experiential weather in the round, if you will. Jim, show us the anatomy of lightning in a way that no one else can do it.
Yeah, of course, here in the Weather Lab, we're very, very proud of this place. We're very proud of the people that have actually worked on this project. So, you know, when you think about lightning, Sam, first of all, every second, somewhere on the Earth, you get a lightning strike. All right? You're talking about something that is no wider than a penny. So how do we get this charge that builds up in the cloud that eventually leads to a 100 million volt lightning strike? Well, let's talk about this. Obviously, air rises, it cools, it condenses, you get clouds building up. And what's really interesting is what's in those clouds. You've got liquid, you've got ice, you've got and all these things contain charges, and these charges actually separate. So if you look way up into the Anvil cloud, we're way up here 50, 60,000 feet, you've got all these positively charged particles, and then at the base of the cloud, they're negatively charged. Down toward the ground, we're positively charged. 75 to 85% of lightning actually happens in the cloud, all right? 75 to 85%. So how do we get that negative charge and that positive charge to break the insulation that lies between the base of the cloud and the surface of the Earth? Well, here's what we think happens. This isn't perfect, but we think this is what happens. When you start to see the precipitation fall from the cloud base, those negative charged particles start to come south or out of the cloud. They call that a step leader. But what's happening at the same time is those positive charges, which are on the top of homes, trees, humans, if you're the tallest object out there, actually come up as an upward streamer positively charged. When those two break the insulation, you get a lightning bolt. You clear the channel, and a lot of times you'll see multiple flashes within that channel, and that's just essentially the electrical discharge going on. That is the anatomy of a lightning strike. One of the most dangerous things out there in the world. It comes without notice, so that's why when thunder roars, we want you to go indoors. Sam Champion, back to you.
Jim, it's still, look, I know the information is incredible here, but all my career, I've wanted to push the envelope of how we tell weather, and so have you. And this, to me, is just amazing. The clarity and the realness of everything when you zoom into those objects, the technology that it took till you zoom past the leaves on the leaves on the trees to get that lightning strike. You see it hit the lawn, you see it hit the mailbox. It's just, it's so declarative.
Think about it. Everything that we're showing you here on the ground has a positive charge to it. And those positive charges are coming up as the negative charges are coming down. So, you know, we tell you not to go under trees, right? Because look at how tall those objects are. If you're out there in a flat field, you're the tallest object. That's why you can't be that upward streamer, which you essentially would be if you're out there in an open field. So again, guys, when thunder roars, go indoors.
Live, real time, right there. Jim Cantore. All right, no one else can do it. Anna Rittis, social pictures.
Flooding is a big trend this morning. A lot of people sending in pictures from Texas. If we can start in North Lake, Texas. Some picture of flooding. You can notice a gas station. I mean, that's up to the doors.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you can get into whatever's there. This is incredible
Look how high
flooding.
it is on the ice chest and everything else out there. Yep, absolutely.
Here at the Weather Channel, of course, we have a team of meteorologists. And not too long ago, when we see things like this happen, they get into research mode. And Jonathan Erdman, one of our senior meteorologists, sent out a tally of the flash flood warnings in the Fort Worth area. So far this month, Sam, since May 7th, they've issued 58 flash flood warnings. 51 were issued in all of 2014.
Yeah.
And we have 58 just, you know, in less than a month in the Fort Worth area.
All those stats and every one of those just drives home the point, and we've been trying to show people side by side the difference between last year and this year and how long Texas has been in a drought. Some of the worst cracked dry conditions I had ever seen, and now to be evacuating those areas because of floodwaters is just a freaky situation. So numbers like that really help us make sense
Tell
of
the
that.
story. And if we can leave you with one last image, of course, this is a huge inconvenience and dangerous for people who live in these areas. This is someone who was just just riding along the trail until the trail disappeared because of floodwaters. And we know that there are evacuations in order at this time in Wichita Falls. We're going to continue to track that right here on the Weather Channel.
All right, it's what we do. We continue to cover your weather all over the country. Thank you for joining us this morning. Have an amazing day.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Center Live. Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Maria LaRosa. We're one day closer to the holiday weekend, but some places are going to have to deal with a lot of rain and along with that, severe storms.
Yeah, so a stormy start to the weekend for so many. And we'll let you know who will see even more severe weather this Memorial Day weekend. The timing you need to know before you head outside.
And not escaping the floods. We're talking nearly 2 feet of rain in some areas. Not done yet. Who could see more rain in one day than other cities have seen all year?
And a week of destruction, from floods to tornadoes. And NBC's Miguel Almaguer is in Texas, a state that has taken the brunt of the latest round of that severe weather.
When you see the damage here, it's incredible not a single person was killed or seriously injured. And now word more wet weather is on the way.
Wow. They rumbled across the Southwest. At least 27 reported tornadoes. This twister smashing through North Texas.
Ain't never been that scared.
Hitting with fury cities like Crum, Mineral Wells.
For this little old town, this is crazy.
And Runaway Bay, Texas, all in the bullseye. Roofs were ripped off. Windows exploded. Lives nearly lost. Newlyweds Brad and Brandy Snodgrass rode out the storm.
It seemed like it lasted forever.
Heavy rain has been relentless here for 2 weeks. Thunderstorms dumping up to 16 inches, triggering flash floods in Oklahoma and Texas, prompting dozens of water rescues.
Historic rain has fallen this month, and it looks like more rain that'll lead to flooding will last right through the holiday weekend.
The cleanup here for many families could take weeks, if not months. More rain is in the forecast, and so are powerful winds. Back to you.
Exactly, Miguel. We're talking about more rain, and along with that, it's not coming in a nice little trickle. A lot of it's coming down quite heavily. We are still dealing with rainfall in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. A lot of the heaviest has pushed off to the east, right along I-20, though. So you are going to be feeling, if you're heading eastbound out of Dallas, that is going to be right along your route. We go all the way to Shreveport, and you see the sort of eastward movement of the rain showers, but slowly to the south. So that's telling us that it is raining heavily in spots for a long period of time. So it's not in and out. A couple of flash flood warnings we want to talk to you about. Lufkin in Angelina counties, Hudson, that affects you out until 10 a.m. Central Time. A lot of these spots have picked up a lot of rain the last few hours. Additional rainfall is just going to add insult to injury, and maybe a few of those areas that haven't seen the high water may be seeing that right now. But look at where it's clear. West Texas right now, but you know the trend has been for that not to last very long. And in fact, we have showers and thunderstorms in the forecast today in that zone, but still for eastern Texas too. And guess what? even tomorrow, more showers and thunderstorms for western Texas into Oklahoma. And when you talk about how much this is going to add up, you bet it's several inches. And it's not just in 1 or 2 days, but for the next few days here through at least Saturday, maybe as much, Chris, as 3 to 5 additional inches of rainfall in some of the hardest hit spots.
You know, and a lot of people wondering, what's the deal? Why the flooding, and is it ever going to end? Well, have you ever been in a rut? You just can't seem to get out of it? That's what the weather's doing right now. In this pattern, we have the moisture that's coming in and a dip in the jet stream. That's been the overall scenario for the past few weeks. And you get a little bit of a break here and there, but then once again, here comes another round, and the disturbances moving through, meeting up with all of that moisture, you're ending up with a lot of rain. In fact, when we look at this right here, you can see the amount of rain that has come down since May 1st. And you see the pink in here? That's really kind of like the bullseye. We've seen so much of that heavy rain. And just in the month of May, that's 1.5 feet of rain in some areas. So now going into the weekend, looks familiar. Much like what we have been seeing. More of that moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico here. Warm, humid air coming in. Disturbances coming over. So you're having the ingredients. The ingredients are there for more of this. And into next week, we're still looking at a similar pattern, and we're going to see more of that heavy rain, and it's going to expand into parts of the Midwest, which does include Chicago, parts of Wisconsin, parts of Minnesota as well. This is the forecast through next week, where you're going to end up seeing a lot of rain. And again, these rain showers oftentimes come in the form of thunderstorms. But the rain is one of the big issues with that. In some of these areas, Maria, looking for some pretty heavy rain, in some of the areas that have already seen a lot of heavy rain.
We are stuck in a rut. It's just keeping on, keeping on. Well, check out this reported tornado in Brownsville, Tennessee. That's in the western part of the state. And you can clearly see the dark clouds that sort of highlights the funnel there. And it does look like it is touching the ground. Incredible video coming to us. In fact, this week, so far, more than 24 tornadoes have been reported, and there is that threat for more as we head into the weekend, not necessarily in Tennessee, but some of the very familiar areas that we've been sort of covering the last few weeks, in fact. So we'll start with today. The orange colors, those general showers and thunderstorms. Still have to pay attention to those. Damaging winds are possible, lightning, of course, but it's that area in red that we talk about the severe. So Fort Stockton down to Laredo. The pattern is there, stuck in a rut. You have that upper level low pressure. Think of that as sort of the powerhouse that you need to kind of give that extra oomph to the atmosphere there that brings those showers and thunderstorms growing. You certainly need the fuel. That's not being shut off. All of that moisture being pulled north from the Gulf of Mexico. So you have dew points into the 60s. It is juicy air. And then you have the triggers, the boundaries. The dry line has been key in some of the big severe weather events that we've talked about the last few weeks. And once again, setting up across western Texas tomorrow from Amarillo, Midland, down to Fort Stockton, damaging winds and hail, big threats, and of course that heavy rain. But even into Saturday, we still have all of those ingredients coming together, plenty of warmth, and you see those surface winds turning just a little bit, and that's going to mean just enough extra instability. So you have places like Oklahoma City looking at that threat as we get into the part of the weekend. In fact, showers and thunderstorms possible straight on through Sunday, Chris. Big holiday weekend. We want to make sure everyone's tuned in to what's happening, all the weather approaching their area. All right, so that marks, of course, this weekend, the unofficial start to summer. It's going to feel like it.
It certainly is. The holiday weekend forecast coming up, and just how warm, if not hot, it's going to get for some.
If you're an adult with type 2 diabetes and your A1C is not at goal with certain diabetes pills or daily insulin, your doctor may be talking about adding medication to help lower your A1C. Ask your doctor if adding once-a-week Tanzium is right for you. Once-a-week Tanzium is an injectable prescription medicine that may improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes, along with diet and exercise. Once-a-week Tanzium works by helping your body release its own natural insulin when it's needed. Tanzium is not recommended as the first medicine to treat diabetes or in people with severe stomach or intestinal problems. Tanzium is not insulin. It is not used to treat type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis and has not been studied with mealtime insulin. Do not take Tanzium if you or your family have a history of medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you're allergic to Tanzium or any of its ingredients. Stop using Tanzium and call your doctor right away if you experience symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, which may include itching, rash, or difficulty breathing. If you have signs of pancreatitis, such as severe stomach pain that will not go away and may move to your back, with or without vomiting. Or if you have symptoms of thyroid cancer, which include a lump or swelling in your neck, hoarseness, trouble swallowing, or shortness of breath. Before using Tanzium, talk to your doctor about your medical conditions, all medicines you're taking, if you're nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, and about low blood sugar and how to manage it. Taking Tanzium with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects with Tanzium include diarrhea, nausea, injection site reactions, cough, back pain, and cold or flu symptoms. Some serious side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney failure. Ask your doctor if adding once a week Tanzium is right for you. Go to Tanzium.com to learn if you may be eligible to receive Tanzium free for 12 months. Make every week a Tanzium week.
Red Nose Day is coming.
Everybody looks good in red.
The biggest stars are coming together.
Can you tell I got a nose job?
And they're helping raise money for children in the U.S. and worldwide.
The red nose is the symbol of the movement.
Join us and get your nose on.
Red Nose Day, live tonight at 8/7 Central.
Only on NBC.
The other great thing about it is it's weatherproof.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Let's do this. Let's move outdoors for the next few months. Let's build a kitchen under the clouds. A dining room with no walls, no ceiling. Let's put it all together. Then, let's get together. A lot. Let's do this. Earth Grow Mulch or Miracle Grow Garden Soil, your choice, just 4 for $10. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
What's with the sash?
Oh, I'm a blast scout.
What are all these for?
Yeah, they're all for different things. This one's for eating a blast.
Oh, cool.
This one's for getting someone to buy me a blast.
What's that one for?
That one's covering up a hole.
Tons of surprising Master Blast flavor combos you're sure to love. This is how you Sonic.
Get the complete balanced nutrition of Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals.
And now, with twice as much vitamin D, which up to 90% of people don't get enough of.
Oh, the sunshine vitamin.
Ensure, take life in.
Pain from your day can haunt you at night. Don't let it. Advil PM gives you the healing sleep you need, helping you fall asleep and stay asleep so your body can heal as you rest. Advil PM for a healing night's sleep.
This is Weather Center Live, and this is a look at your weekend forecast. Look familiar, Houston?
Showers and thunderstorms. And you know, every time we're talking about this now, it seems this month goes along with heavy rain, flash flooding. Not out of the question. We've seen so much in this area.
Yeah, and here it is.
Yeah.
A look at Saturday, the entire country with all of the green here, and then the flashing lightning bolts is where within the rain there could be some thunderstorms.
And then we have this.
Nice.
East of the Mississippi, I gotta tell you, not too bad. Charlotte 82, New York in the 70s for now.
Let's see what happens. And we'll look at the Mississippi. It's still kind of there.
You got temperatures though. That's going to be the next story there. It's going to start that heat. It's going to feel like summer. But yeah, the midsection, lots of showers and thunderstorms staying put.
And then heads up in the Northeast on Monday, some areas, some showers maybe sneaking into the last minute for the barbecue or the picnic there.
Right, and then of course the inland Northwest, a few showers. So any national parks and camping, and just be aware of some of the changing weather there.
And it looks great in D.C., a little on the warm side, 90 and a little stormy possibly on Monday.
Yeah, so we know Memorial Day is traditionally seen as the start of the summer season, and right on cue, as we mentioned, those temperatures, even into the south, are going to be on the way up, 80s and 90s we're talking.
Meteorologist Mike Seidel joins us from Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park outside of Atlanta, and good morning to you, Mike.
Good morning, Chris and Maria, and what a beautiful morning here at the park. We were on the mountaintop earlier. We dropped down 800 feet to the base, and it's so nice out because you don't have to sweat. We've got all of our friends out here, including the four-legged friends. We've got Robin, Mallory, and Kim. Let's start with your dog. I know you mentioned it's Cooper. What kind of dog is it?
He's a German short-haired pointer.
And what kind of, is he shaking? Is he nervous
No,
to be on TV?
He's excited. He's excited. He loves when it's cool out, so we looked for the weather this week and saw Thursday was going to be a good day, and as you can tell, he's been looking forward to it.
But Cooper doesn't like hot, humid weather?
No, he doesn't. He likes to run, but we can't run him when it's too hot out.
It starts to pan, huh?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
hang
exactly.
on. Let's get over here to Carrie, and you've got three beautiful rescue dogs, correct?
I sure do. This is Jade Pinkett, Action Jackson, and Winston-Salem Churchill III.
Oh my gosh. Are they good dogs?
They're so excited to be out here.
And they're the same as Cooper. They don't particularly like the summer weather here in Atlanta.
They do not. So this is great weather to be out in. So excited.
And what do you do in the summer? You limit their walks? Go out earlier in the day like humans?
You got it. Yes, I sure do. Winston's the only one who will run with me in the mornings.
Boy, these dogs are so well behaved. What's the deal? What's the secret? My dogs would be going nuts with an unfamiliar face over there.
They're so excited to go running. I mean, walking up the mountain with Koopy.
Okay, there you go. So we got 4 dogs, Marie and Chris, and what a day out here. We're not even to 70 yet. We've got a northwest wind, relatively comfortable humidity, but this is all going to change later, Memorial Day and next week. A lot of us from the Richmond down through the Carolinas here to Atlanta will see our first 90-degree day of the season, and there will be more humidity. So enjoy the weather while you can. It's comfy today, though.
Don't speak, Mike. Don't speak of it. I'm enjoying it. I almost didn't want to come into work today. It was so beautiful out this morning.
What's your plan for the rest of the day, Mike?
I came to work. What have you heard? I'm going to have a nice lunch, and I'm going to have a nice lunch and stay outdoors.
Good
I mean,
for you.
This is a bonus day. I mean, typically it's not that hot and sticky this early in the season, but you got to make use of these days like today because 3 months could be just atrocious.
You've earned it, Mike. Enjoy every second. It is beautiful out there. Thank you so much. Want to say too, tick season. Watch the dogs and yourself if you're going to be out.
Good call. Here's a look at Atlanta, and just like that, from the 70s, which is really nice for Atlanta, to the upper 80s to around 90 degrees on Monday, Memorial Day.
Mother Nature flipping on that switch. We'll be right back.
Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal you can trust with stain and sealer in one and easy to choose colors. Exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. Available at the Home Depot.
It's a beautiful day to use Thompson's Water Seal.
They may claim good performance, but typically cordless vacuums deliver weak suction. The issue originates here. To make their vacuum smaller, most others make their motors smaller and less powerful. But at Dyson, we've invented the small but powerful V6 digital motor, spinning it up to 110,000 RPM, giving our latest cordless vacuums twice the suction of all others.
Success starts with the right connections. Introducing Miracle-Gro Liquifeed Universal Feeder. Turn any hose connection into a clever feeding system for a well-fed garden. Miracle-Gro. Life starts here.
Think the tree we carved our names in is still here?
That's probably dead.
How much fun is this?
What?
What a beautiful sunset.
If you like sunsets.
Whether you're sweet or salty, you'll love Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars.
The Men's Warehouse Memorial Day sale is going on now. Clearance suits are on sale for $149.99. Clearance dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
We make meeting times, lunch times, and conference times. But what we'd rather be making are tea times. Tea times are the official start of what we love to do. The time for shots we'd rather forget, and the ones we'll talk about forever. In Michigan, long days, relaxing weather, and more than 800 pristine courses make for the perfect tea time. Because being able to play all day is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Weather. So we build things to harness it.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
New car replacement is just one of the features that comes standard with a base Liberty Mutual policy. And for drivers with accident forgiveness, rates won't go up due to your first accident. Learn more by calling 1-888-380-5644. Switch to Liberty Mutual and you could save up to $423. For a free quote today, call Liberty Mutual Insurance at 1-888-380-5644. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, tomorrow morning we get you ready for the Memorial Day holiday weekend. I'll take you inside of Tornado Alley. You're going to be surprised. Starting at 5, Wake Up with Al. We'll see you at 7, Game HQ.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Center Live. It is a rainy D.C. as we take a live look. The view from atop the Washington Monument. I got to tell you, rain or shine, D.C., one of my favorite cities. Of course, getting ready for the Memorial Day weekend. You're going to get nicer here. Those showers will be rolling on through, and it is absolutely going to feel a whole lot more like summer with temperatures into the 70s, climbing into the 80s, and yes, even 90s. But time stepping you through the day today. If you're doing any sightseeing, I know the kids are still in school. You've got some showers through 5 o'clock, the dinner hour. Any practices may be rained out a bit, but you've got cloudy skies. Look at the temperatures. What you see is what you get out there, and they're going to stick into the 50s, so it feels a little cool out there. The good news is, if you're doing any traveling, just checked the airports. No delays because of any of the low cloudiness or the rain showers. We'll keep an eye on that. That may change with traffic increasing later today out ahead of the busy holiday week. We head down to Virginia and North Carolina, though. A few showers, heavier showers, especially if you're heading down, say, 85 there, 64, so keep an eye on that. We're going to keep our eye on eastern North Carolina, the Outer Banks. Possible severe weather. A couple things unfolding as we go through the day today. You're going to get the heating of the day. Shear is going to increase, all that leading to the possibility that any thunderstorms that do develop could form lines. Damaging wind going to be the biggest threat here. Maybe some hail, and we'll keep an eye on any rotation. But you have plenty of moisture, and with that area of low pressure scooching on through and that warm front, that is going to be enough to keep the shower threat there today and also to the north. So again, this afternoon from Philadelphia, D.C., down to Norfolk and Richmond, showers, even a few thunderstorms. There you go for the afternoon hours. If you're going to get a head start on any travel, I-95 is going to be one of those big corridors. That'll be pretty wet here during the day today, at least. Chris?
And Maria, right now we're going to take a look at some video that we've been getting into the Weather Channel. Some pretty cool stuff. We're going to start off. Possible tornado is reported in Brownsville, Tennessee. This is northeast of Memphis. The Storm Prediction Center said there was no damage with this, but as you look, you can see that going down. Pretty impressive here to see the condensation funnel. It looks like, you know, a cloud. That's your funnel cloud going all the way to the ground. If you have that circulation at the bottom there, that's going to be a tornado. But Maria, as you look at this, it's cool to see how it's lit, right? Because you have in the background, it's all dark back here. But then in the foreground, you have the funnel coming down. It's a pretty cool scene here, isn't it?
And I have to tell you, it's a pretty good shot of it, too.
It's a good shot.
Got a good visual on there and a nice safe distance away.
And you notice it was going from right to left. Now, if it looks like it's not going anywhere, it's possible it's coming at you.
Right.
So that's something that you have to think about, too, when you're out and you're seeing these storms.
And this is one of those areas yesterday that was, you know, sort of on the fringe of the focus area of severe weather. So it goes to show you always got to keep an eye on the changing weather conditions, and you can have something like this.
And we're going to talk about what goes into a tornado, how it happens. And it's not completely and totally understood. It's a very complicated process, but it is amazing, and there's a lot of complicated things that go into it. It's not always going to happen exactly where you think it's going to happen.
Right, and in an area like this of Tennessee, sometimes you don't get that visual, too. You got the hills, that complicates everything
and all the
as well.
trees, too. That's something else you have to think about.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the next video. This is coming out of Texas, near Sonora, Texas, and you want to talk about the lightning and then the shelf cloud right there.
And do you see the shelf cloud? Because it looks like you have, you know, just one big cloud here, right? But there's this feature right in here. Do you see that, the top edge of it? That's the shelf cloud. It has kind of an arc look to it if you see it in person in 3D, but it's low. It's usually at the base of a thunderstorm, and with that air coming out, you get that shelf cloud. That's what it is. It looks like you put a little, you know, put your cocktail on there and just kind of.
You also got a nice little anvil coming out there, too.
Oh, yeah,
nice
going out in this direction. Thunderstorms are so cool to look at, and the process that goes into making these storms. It's amazing.
It's amazing out there.
It is amazing.
Very
it's
nice.
Right here, it's amazing. Now, this is kind of, what's this
is
guy
troubling,
doing?
a little troubling. Heavy flooding out of Oklahoma City, and you see, yeah, I'm not sure you want to take the jet ski out unless he's out there trying to help people, but
It's
probably
like just
not.
kind of cruising around. You know, just because you can doesn't necessarily mean you should. Having fun.
Do you want to know how hard it can be to breathe with COPD? It can feel like this. COPD includes chronic bronchitis and emphysema. Spiriva is a once daily inhaled COPD maintenance treatment that helps open my airways for a full 24 hours. Spiriva helps me breathe easier.
Spiriva Respimat does not replace rescue inhalers for sudden symptoms. Tell your doctor if you have kidney problems, glaucoma, trouble urinating, or an enlarged prostate. These may worsen with Spiriva Respimat. Discuss all medicines you take, even eye drops. If your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, or problems passing urine, stop taking Spiriva Respimat and call your doctor right away. Side effects include sore throat, cough, dry mouth, and sinus infection.
Nothing can reverse COPD. Spiriva helps me breathe better.
To learn about Spiriva Respimat slow-moving mist, ask your doctor or visit spirivarespimat.com.
You wouldn't buy a car without taking it for a spin. And it's, well, just a car. Test drive our full lineup, only at your local John Deere dealer.
Kick summer off right with great Memorial Day deals at Lowe's. Like $10 off all paint and primer and stain and sealant in one via online or mail-in rebate. Plus 5 bags of premium mulch for $10. So hurry into Lowe's now for big summer savings.
What's up with your car?
Pretty sure it's possessed and out of warranty.
I'm going to cost you a fortune at the dealership, Cheryl. Well, at Midas, our experts will tell you what needs fixing now and what can wait. And they don't laugh at people. I'm sorry, Cheryl.
No, I'm not. I am not sorry at all.
Get the Midas Touch maintenance package with oil change, tire rotation, and more. Use your Midas credit card and get a rebate of $20. Go to Midas.com to make an appointment. Trust the Midas Touch.
With its black tie style and green-minded smarts, it's easy to see why many consider Jeep Grand Cherokee to be the gold standard. One drive and you'll discover why the Jeep brand continues to be the best-selling SUV brand. Join us now during the Jeep Drive and Discover event. Get 0% financing on the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring. Thank you. We're never having kids.
Fill of it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time. Let's get this thing right. This is my one shot.
I have made fire!
Fat Guys in the Woods. The new season starts June 7th, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hey, tomorrow morning we get you ready for the Memorial Day holiday weekend. I'll take you inside of Tornado Alley. You're going to be surprised. Starting at 5, Wake Up with Al. We'll see you at 7, KMHQ.
Right now, a flood emergency in Wichita Falls, Texas, with mandatory evacuations of entire neighborhoods. The town, 130 miles northwest of Dallas, has already seen more than triple its monthly average in rainfall.
Now, rivers in town heading nearly 6 feet above flood stage. More rain is in the forecast, plus a threat for severe weather this weekend. Thank you so much for staying with us for Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Maria LaRosa.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Warren. From drought to flooding in some cases, oftentimes getting out of something, whether it's an extreme event, usually has some extremes to go along with it. In this case, it's flooding.
And it's an extreme pattern bringing around all those changes. And it really has been an evolution over the last few weeks, certainly in some cases the last few months. So when you're talking about the rain totals, where they've been, they have been falling over areas that have needed. Take a look at this. This is as of this January 1st, where severe drought was at 45% of the state of Texas, okay? And if you think about what has happened in the ensuing months here, all of that rain that's come in that spot. It took a little bit. February didn't exactly help, but by the time you get to May, Chris, there you go.
And all that red, the most intense drought, is now gone. There's still areas in drought, despite the fact you walk out your front door in Texas and you're standing in water. Right. There is still drought in some of these areas. Severe drought, though, now down to 3% with no extreme or exceptional drought on the map. Not the case in other parts of the country, and you've likely heard us talk about California. California, I mean, you look at just how much of the exceptional drought, Maria, when you compare it to Texas, and exceptional, that's the worst of the worst, the most intense, and it's almost half the state.
Right, and again, the update is no extreme drought in Texas. That's the first time that has happened in, 5 years now as of this latest update. It has been a long time since Texas had conditions like this.
So it's absolutely amazing to see the difference. You compare the two. Now, the difference as far as getting out of the drought in California, you don't get these kind of weather patterns that you do get in Texas. You don't have that Gulf moisture to tap into to bring us out of drought.
But sometimes it's good to give you this comparison, the side-by-side, the haves and the have-nots. Who's seeing the rain? Where it's falling and who's not getting it. So you take a look at some of the cities in Texas and what has happened to them over the last several months. So up to date now, from the beginning of the year to now, Oklahoma City, more than a foot of rain. More than a foot in Wichita. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. May to date. I'm sorry. Yes, May to date. Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls, more than a foot, and Dallas, more than 6 inches.
Yeah, making a point of that May because I want to show you now year to date. Maria's talking, what, almost 14 inches in Oklahoma City for the month of May. This is a look at 3 cities in California year to date. So you look here, year to date, almost 5 inches in Sacramento, Los Angeles under 4 inches, and a little bit more than 3 1/4 in San Francisco. Again, year to date, looking at your monthly.
All right.
Just 1 month.
I'm going to show you something that'll really drive it home. Okay, so we looked at the monthly totals. How about for the next few days? You're going to see, like Wichita Falls, get nearly a month of rain out west in 1 day.
Right. It's amazing. You look at that 1 day or just the weekend, that is more rain than Los Angeles and San Francisco all year. So the difference in location and the type of weather and the climate that you live in, you just don't see that kind of rain in California. It's a different climate.
And it's the power of the persistent pattern.
Yes.
You know, which side you fall on when it comes to that pattern. So Oklahoma City certainly on the list of one of those. Yeah.
Top 5, it's number 4.
Wettest months.
Wettest months on record. So any of the 12 months, which one was the wettest? They've been June and May months, the top 4 in 2015 so far with days to go at the number 4 spot.
So you can do the math there, and what, you have less than 1.5 inches or so before it tops out at number 1.
Put some money possibly down on Oklahoma City, make it number 1 with this current pattern. I mean, that's an amazing scene. Now we want to get more insight, more information on the rain and floods across the Southern Plains.
Scott Curl is with the National Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma. And Scott, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, a pretty amazing situation that's unfolding when you talk about how this has changed for places like Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. I mean, when we're in a drought situation, it always seems to come to pass what breaks the drought. And more times than not, you know, over the 20-something years I've been doing this, it always seems to be a flood that does it.
Now, is there anything out there as far as the current weather pattern that you're getting a lot of questions about, or something you wish just kind of everybody knew about this?
Yeah, I always get questions about, you know, what changed, what happened. And like I was over here and you say a while ago, it's one of those patterns where we're in a southwesterly flow, and we just continue to see storm systems roll out, you know, of Southern California and come across the Southern Rockies out into the plains. And with the Gulf moisture in place, it doesn't take a whole lot of forcing to get showers and thunderstorms. And we've had several strong storms over the last 2 to 3 weeks that have just dumped a lot of rain over much of Oklahoma into Texas.
So it's one thing for the water to fall and to run off and create this flooding, but you know, we know that the drought conditions, the dryness can actually lead to more drying. It's sort of this self-perpetuating thing. What does wetter, more moist soil and wetter conditions do to, say, a long-term forecast here?
Well, you know, even initially, because we do have a lot of clay out in central, you know, Oklahoma and Texas. So initially, even when you get heavy rains, you don't get a lot of absorption. You get a lot of runoff due to the clay, and you can have some flash flooding real, you know, early on in an event. But then when you get saturated soils, and now we've got saturated soils to a very deep level across a good portion of Oklahoma and Texas. And when you continue to get 1, 2, 3, 4 inch rain events almost every other day, you know, almost all of that immediately goes into runoff. So we see really quick responses, even on small streams, medium-sized streams, and large, you know, rivers, whole river systems, as well as a lot of our reservoirs are now full and they're having to release as well. So we've got a, you know, kind of a multi-layered, almost, you know, historical type situation setting up across the area.
Hey, Scott, thank you very much for your time and your insight today. Scott Curl from the National Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma.
All right, and he brings up a good point, too. It's a deeper saturation, so everything's running off now. So we've seen some of the worst flooding that we've seen just in the last 24 hours. Right here in Wichita Falls, Texas, some people in neighborhoods have had to evacuate, and rescue crews busy pulling vehicles from high water areas. And for that area of Texas, there is no immediate relief in sight, as we know, Chris.
And right now, we're going to take a look, Maria, at Wichita Falls because we're talking about just how much rain compared to the drought. So the good news is a lot of Texas coming out of drought, but in Wichita Falls, Texas, 2011 record driest, just under 13 inches. So far this month, almost that. You're looking at 12.5 inches of rainfall for 1 month. To put into perspective how quickly things can turn around or how dramatic that turnaround can be in Wichita Falls and in parts of the country where you can see these big extremes like we're seeing right now. So here's Wichita Falls, here's the Oklahoma border, and here's some rain right now, and it's in the form of showers. So, you know, you're 2 miles to the north, 2 miles to the south, nothing, and then right in the middle you can have some heavy rain. Now, if you take 20 from Dallas over to Shreveport, Bossier City area, it's going to be wet pretty much the entire ride over, and the threat for some flooding as well. Look at that, it's getting a little bit of a curl, Maria. That's kind of cool seeing that here. We do have a flash flood warning, so that's the downside. You get these systems, they kind of congeal, they come together, and they dump a lot of rain, and that is going to be the story, Maria. Breaks at times, and then more rain showers coming back into the picture.
All right, Chris, you know, it is Tornado Week at the Weather Channel. So coming up, we're going to break down the anatomy of a tornado and the complicated process involved and just how it forms. We're going to show you in a whole new way right here on Weather Center Live. We'll be right back.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Before space stations, before moonwalks, we lit that candle and shot to the stars. Walk among our most powerful creations at the Rocket Garden, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Today's the day. More and more people with type 2 diabetes are learning about long-acting Levemir.
As my diabetes changed, it got harder to control my blood sugar. Today, I'm asking about Levemir.
Levemir is an injectable insulin that can give you blood sugar control for up to 24 hours. And Levemir helps lower your A1C. Levemir lasts 42 days without refrigeration. That's 50% longer than Lantus, which lasts 28 days. Levemir comes in FlexTouch, the latest in insulin pen technology from Novo Nordisk.
Levemir is a long-acting insulin used to control high blood sugar in adults and children with diabetes and is not recommended to treat diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not use Levemir if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. The most common side effect is low blood sugar, which may cause symptoms such as sweating, shakiness, confusion, and headache. Severe low blood sugar can be serious and life-threatening. Ask your doctor about alcohol use, operating machinery, or driving. Other possible side effects include injection site reactions. Tell your doctor about all medicines you take and all of your medical conditions. Check your blood sugar. Your insulin dose should not be changed without asking your doctor. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing, sweating, extreme drowsiness, swelling of your face, tongue, or throat, dizziness, or confusion.
Today's the day to ask about Levemir FlexTouch. Covered by most health insurance and Medicare plans.
Fact. Advil is not only strong, it's gentle on your body too. No wonder doctors and patients have trusted Advil for their tough pains for over 30 years. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3 with a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry. You'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am dealer and test drive the Spyder F3 today.
Let's make an entrance. Let's go against the grain. This way, that way, even up that way. Let's review this, workshop that. Let's save, and then let's get down to it. Let's make your home feel like this, and make you feel like this. Let's do this.
Marazzi Montagna wood look tile flooring is now just $199 a square foot. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. 24-hour relief that outperforms a leading allergy pill. Most allergy pills only control one inflammatory substance. Flonase controls 6. Sees the day and the night. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Before ISS, before Hubble, we built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
All right, if you didn't know, this is Tornado Week here on the Weather Channel. Maria, and at 8 o'clock Eastern, it's Against the Elements.
And then followed at 9 by Tornado Alley, real-time tornado, taking a look at Henryville, Indiana.
Yeah, and you know what? At 10 o'clock, I've seen this one, Maria, and it is a good one. Tornado Alley, Tuscaloosa. This is some very compelling television here. So again, this is the lineup for Tornado Week, and it's a good one.
If you've never caught the show, it is educational, it is heart-pounding, it's true stories, and it just makes you realize what unfolds after a storm can roll through. It's a great TV.
And it shows you how it plays out as it's happening.
Right.
And we want to talk about what this is all about, Tornado Week. What is a tornado and how does it happen? First, as we break down the anatomy of a tornado, first, this is what you look for. In order for it to be a tornado, you don't necessarily have to have anything here, but what you need is the circulation at the surface and looking up and to see some sort of funnel or contact with a apparent thunderstorm.
So there is sometimes a mistake where people see a funnel, but it may not be making contact with the ground. That's the definition of a tornado once it makes contact. So you do look for debris, and in this case, the debris cloud, which connects with the funnel.
It is a very complicated process here, but generally you're starting off with some very warm and moist inflow, and then eventually as the storm develops, you get this what's called the rear flank downdraft. And you talk about how confusing this looks. Now we're going to show you what else is going on here.
Right. So essentially, when you have it is rather complicated, right? But when you have the rotation and you have the upward motion, the updraft, and then you get the downdraft through the center, and that's where you have the center and the spiral.
And this is in addition to the inflow and then the downdraft. So when you have the rear flank downdraft, here's the one here in the center, it starts to work kind of like an engine, and then it just keeps feeding off of itself, and that's how it can go and last for miles and miles.
And sometimes you have little vortices within that that rotate, so that's a whole nother level. But we trying to communicate with you at home the conditions that lead to tornadoes. We call it Tornado Condition Index.
So essentially what this means, the bigger the number, the bigger the threat, and it's out of a 10, so a 7 out of 10 would be 70%. You times that by 10, and it's within a 50-mile radius of any point that has that torcon. And severe weather in late April and early May has kept the first response team of America busy, to say the least.
Absolutely. Last week, they spent time in the Lone Star State helping one community recover from a tornado strike. Ana Ritis Rodriguez has their story.
Deep in East Texas cattle country, the small town of Van is easy to miss. But on May 10th, it was hit hard by an EF3 tornado.
I heard the sirens, and then I heard the roar.
It was just destruction everywhere you went. It's very sad to see this place like this. Very sad story, you know.
In an instant, 2 lives and more than 90 homes were lost to the tornado, but almost as fast, a legion of volunteers began to help their own.
Just the way we are. When somebody's in need, we come to try to help.
Van is a small town, but with a big heart.
While many came from nearby towns, the first response team arrived from Pennsylvania. and immediately fired up their vast array of specialized rescue and recovery equipment.
There was so much heavy-duty work that needed to be done here. Huge trees fell to the ground, and they needed to be cut up and brought off the home sites.
One of those home sites belonged to Joan Britz, who had lived in Van for just 2 weeks. Many of her family keepsakes, packed in moving boxes before the tornado, were tossed far and wide.
When I met Joan, my heart really went out to her. We helped her go through the rubble and just simply find a few simple mementos.
These are memories and treasures that you've had. It's helping because I'm not having to live through every emotional attachment to each and everything. Y'all are an inspiration to me.
And during their deployment, Tad and his team found inspiration of their own in the tight-knit people of the Lone Star State.
Texas is made up of many small communities, and they don't just treat each other as neighbors, they all treat each other as family. And in this disaster, even though so much bad has taken place, so much good is happening.
If you don't know Tad and his story, you got to look it up. They're so great. All right, with any severe storms, lightning is a life-threatening element.
And coming up, storm tracker Jim Cantore puts himself right in the middle of the storm to show us now the anatomy of lightning.
So you say men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Then how'd I get this?
Safe driving bonus check. Every 6 months without an accident, Allstate sends a check. Okay. Silence. Are you in good hands?
We travel to connect those places separated by distance. Sometimes we measure this distance in miles. Other times, by the markers of our history. And then there are those journeys we take to connect the greatest distance of all. The expanse between two souls, held together by the hands of time. Find something more in Illinois.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
We had kids still in school.
And it just hit us.
This was it. The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere. It was a nightmare. And then it was silent.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Now with a full line of independent rear suspension options, the Foreman, Rubicon, and Rancher automatic DCT models are equally ready to work and have fun. Part of the growing ATV family from Honda. Now get low fixed financing rates plus up to $500 in bonus bucks during the Honda Dream Garage sales event.
We all want to see our kids grow up strong. And when you buy your vitamins at Walgreens, your purchase helps provide life-changing vitamins to 100 million children here in the U.S. and around the world through our partnership with Vitamin Angels. Just stop by Walgreens for your vitamins. Doing good for you does good for others too. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
When you're not confident you have complete visibility into your business, it can quickly become the only thing you think about. That's where AT&T can help, with innovative solutions that connect machines and people to keep your Internet of Things in sync in real time, leaving you free to focus on what matters most.
Bridgestone's revolutionary drive guard tires are engineered to take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles on a flat.
I feel unstoppable, like a superhero.
With a sidekick.
Yeah, you're my sidekick, right, bud?
No.
Okay.
Stick vacuums are supposed to make life easier, but that hasn't always been the case. Only the latest Dyson cordless vacuums have a powerful V6 digital motor to generate more suction than all other stick vacuums, even corded ones.
The Luxury Uncovered event is going on now at Alpacker Lincoln. Enjoy exceptional savings on your favorite Lincoln models, like a 2015 Lincoln MKX, just $389 a month, or the new 2015 Lincoln Navigator, just $599 a month. And bottom line windshield pricing on over 200 new Lincolns. The Luxury Uncovered event at Alpacker Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember, before you buy, price Packer.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. And we took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
Check out this hail and lightning in El Dorado, Texas yesterday. Yikes.
Coming down, you can hear it. You know, we've seen so much hail, so much rain, so much lightning.
Yes.
And guess what?
More.
So much more,
so much more
to go. Now, it's amazing to see what Mother Nature can do, and you get the angle rain. It's almost sideways rain coming down here. This was in El Dorado, Texas yesterday, as you said, Maria, and again today there's another chance for more storms, and then again tomorrow another chance.
Yeah, we're going to keep you ahead of it all. It's a big holiday weekend, so we want to make sure everyone's safe and aware of those conditions.
Yeah, so let's take a look right now during the severe weather update, and we'll give you an idea of what we're looking at. The thunderstorm forecast, looking ahead to tomorrow, where we're going to have that chance for some storms, the severe storms in some of the areas we've been seeing it for a while. And here's a look at how things are playing out tomorrow.
You want to talk about stuck in a rut.
Yes.
That graphic looks very familiar because the setup is very familiar. It's been playing out for the last several weeks. The month of May, you've had upper level support, plenty of moisture coming off the Gulf. That's huge. That's the fuel for those showers and thunderstorms. Nothing's been shutting that down.
No, and then you have the dry line again, that drier air coming into that very warm, very moist air. And where that happens, you get a lot of rising air, and that's when you get the clouds and the storms.
And when you change direction too with height, we call that shear. That adds another element of lift. So every time one of these upper level low digs to the south here, you see another round. And we've got that going again on Saturday.
And here it is, similar to what we're going to see tomorrow. So day after day, it's going to be the winds changing direction with height. You have the moist air, you have the low level jet, the dry line. It's all coming together, and here's the threat.
And it goes once again, we're talking eastern Colorado in play, also Kansas to Oklahoma. Those Torcon numbers are out. Can't stress this enough. People are going to be wanting to go out, barbecuing, picnics. You've got to make sure you have a way to get warnings.
Yeah, and be ready for the possibility that you do need to seek shelter. And if you're out in a park somewhere, just first thing you have to figure out, well, where do we go? Kind of know your surroundings.
Great advice. Figure that out first before you actually have 2 seconds to do that.
Yes.
And you're now in an emergency situation. But you saw the Torcons of 3 on the map there. Then Sunday, a little bit more of a shift to the east. We're talking parts of southwestern Missouri, down into Arkansas. Arkansas and Louisiana.
And a tornado threat again on Sunday. This one also a 3 out of 10 for parts of Texas into Oklahoma. 30% chance of a tornado within any point in that region, 50-mile radius.
And we know hail's a threat, we know tornadoes a threat, but also lightning, and those thunderstorms are going to produce a lot of it. But what exactly causes lightning? Jim Cantore shows us in a way you've never seen before.
Today, we're going to talk about the anatomy of a lightning strike. What goes into something that somewhere on the earth every second is striking? And we know this morning in Dallas is a great example of what's going on. Well, it starts with rising air motion and water vapor. And water vapor condenses, it cools, you form the clouds, but you also get water in the form of rain in there and hail and ice crystals and graupels and things like that. And with those type of things, you are now beginning to build up charge in the cloud itself. Negatively charged particles at the base of the cloud, positively charged particles way up in the anvil. A lot of the lightning, guys, 75 to 80% of it actually happens up in the cloud. But there's also positively charged particles on the ground. And so how do you break that insulator between the cloud base and the ground and actually get a lightning strike? Well, let's talk about this. We think it starts with the precipitation as it starts to come out of the cloud, but it's also meeting positively charged particles coming up. So the step leader comes down, the upward streamer comes up, you break the insulator and you connect the circuit, and voila, you've got yourself a powerful lightning strike, something that has the temperature of 5 times the surface of the sun. It happens about 1 billion to 1.5 billion times here on the surface of the earth, and it is an awesome, awesome thing. As you can see, you just don't want to be on the other end of that circuit. That is the anatomy of a lightning strike.
Awesome.
It's good stuff, Jim.
Awesome information. All right, we are tracking the threat of dangerous flooding across the southern plains.
That's right. Coming up, why it is continuing to rain in some of the same areas and if there's any end in sight.
We're back in 60 seconds right after your local on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.